Humans, Americans, Chicagonauts. We don't often see eye to eye on many things, mostly because I'm tiny. It's not easy agreeing with someone when you're 3 apples high and the rest of you are all BFGs with opinions. That's why we birds hang out overhead. You weren't taking the time to talk to us on our own level, so fuck you. We elevated ourselves. Most of you can't spare a few seconds to squat down and make eye contact, talk about what's going on. So we gotta hit up many a desk and a counter to get our points across, and I get it. Squats are hard. So hard that most of you can barely do one without letting everyone know you did and or am about to do one. But they are good for you, so if you can, practice. Your hips will thank you. But in this moment, a sec of your time, pop a squat, even if you gotta go, oh, there we go, when you do it. And let's rap a second, because yeah, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I think there is one thing we all can agree on, regardless of where we are, where we're from, and how tall we are. J'aime la France. J'aime la France, guys. Like, there's so much going on, too much. There's barely enough time to do anything for yourself these days, but it takes about as long as I am tall to say, J'aime la France. J'aime la France, right? Guys, j'aime la France. Now, I know that the news is a bit rough these days in America, every day is actually, so no one would blame you for being so fucking stressed down to your hips you can't pop a squat without announcing it, but you can take a sec and say, J'aime la France, out loud and see how you feel. It's tempering, it's alleviating, it makes you slow down, want a pastry, a cigarette, and the confidence to judge every inch of a stranger's clothing. It's relaxing. How could you not j'aime la France when la France is so easy to j'aime? You dig the French. Come on, America. Bobby Darin, Beyond the Sea. That's a French song. La Mer. It's basically the same. How it differs is another podcast. We don't need to stress right now. Right now, I'm saying j'aime la France. There's so much to love about the French. The food, the wine, the music. You want to feel classy? Just kick on your Spotify, turn on any patio light, and listen to that accent cruise along the melodies of Laurel Briard or Maël or fucking Jean-Jacques Goldman, Jacques Brel, Edith Piaf, Je m'en fiche. It's French. It sounds like someone singing in calligraphy. It makes cheese taste better, which science thought was impossible. Without French music, what would Pixar use to show love and irony? Without French music, what would the college youth listen to during their wine nights whilst they're getting their BFAs in theater? Without the melodies of musique française, would we even know romance? Sources say poète. And it's not just the music, the wine, the cheese, or the inevitable gastric distress, which even sounds better in French. Everything. Even the word shit sounds better in French. Merde. Which, no doubt, is what the government is currently saying frequently along the Seine this summer. The Olympics are coming, humans! Starting July 26th, you'll thrill as you admire the best gams your species has to offer as they slide, flip, kick, run, cycle, surf, sprint, and vault to glory, all from the safety of your couch, because fuck, can't even do a squat without sounding like Eddie Vedder getting out of a Countach. No way you could take the rings like Coy Young, and fuck, man, I love the Olympics. Like I said, I'm fucking wee, so watching these Spartan warriors take the sky is goddamn delight. Bird can dream. Watching me watch the Olympics is like every motivational poster you've ever seen. Little bird on the floor dreaming of the day you can fly. It fucking brings a tear to my eye just thinking about me watching you. And this year, the Olympics are going to be held in fucking France. I already j'aime la France. I'm someone goddamn marry the Olympics this year. Put a fucking ring on it, indeed. But that's easy enough to j'aime when you're seancing your ass. But what about if you're actually physically there? Turns out, it fucking sucks. Anyone ever had to navigate a street fest, get home on the highway when T-Swift is playing that night, or just navigated Cubs traffic on a Tuesday, knows the nightmare when there's an event in town. You Chicagoans know the pain. Having to bear witness to the Lovecraftian horror that is NASCAR! And what it brings to your commute, and it's happening again this year, not like the collective butthole of America isn't already tight enough to juice a pinball. Gotta close down Lakeshore Drive again when we're all just trying to get home. But no, by all means, let those guys drive as fast as they can. Clearly, that's more important than my groceries. Now, imagine that about $9 billion bigger, and you got the Olympics in France. Expected to cost around 9 billion euros, which is about 9.6 billion Americans, so don't get comfy. France has already started spending some of that cleaning up the Seine River for events, which has caused a little friction in the city, I so j'aime. So if you live in a city and have access to a river, you already know that you just don't. That's a fucking river. with more bacteria than a porta potty in a medieval leper colony. I'm sure you get it. You think you can take it. You hit up Typhoon fucking Lagoon every year, your immune system's tight. I get it. But this is expert level shit from eons. Just sludging along the bike trail like the slime river from Ghostbusters 2. And in Paris, the sewer system is super complicated and definitely haunted, so whenever it rains, you're not just getting shit in the water, but also demons probably. And if you think turning the river green for St. Patrick's Day is a waste of fucking municipality power, imagine the cost of cleaning the tormented souls been steeping like cursed tea out of the Seine. They already pulled 360 tons of fucking bikes out there, and the bikes are happy trash. Imagine what was tossed in there in a moment of anger. Right now, they spent over €1 billion trying to make the Seine a little less of an E. coli bisque, and so confident were they that French President Macron and Paris Mayor Hidalgo publicly announced that they would swim in the Seine June 23rd to prove they were able to Brita the fuck out of it. And if you gem the French like I do, you know how the working class loves the rich when they get too confident. Last week, a website was launched with the hashtag Je chie dans le Seine 23, as local Parisianers were prepared to do what needed to be done. Pop a squat and pinch a protest shit into the Seine. On June 23rd, several miles away from Paris near Dijon, Grey poop on indeed. The plan was if they busted hot grumpies into the river at that point, it would flow directly into Paris around noon when Macron and Hidalgo would be dunking themselves in the Seine. Instead of a patriotic douche, they'd be dipped in shit. Now, us birds get it. We protest shit all the time. Except for us, it's more like a slurry because we got cloacas, so we piss and dump at the same time. It's more efficient. We've had millions of years to get it right. Just saying, we know our shit, and if you don't like it, don't park under my shitting spot, Greg! Fuck your Countach! But no one does protests like the French because they're the only ones with balls enough to be so French about it. And since we're getting honest with each other in this moment, eye to eye, I'm fucking jealous of your solid dumps, humans. I give my wing to fire off a few fudge pumpkins instead of squirting this weak-ass fucking milkshake in protest, but here we are. More reason to fucking j'aime la France. But then, Macron and Hidalgo rescheduled the Seine plunge for, quote, political reasons. But, like, we know why. Everyone knows you don't swim in the Seine. It's a river in a city. You want enough pink eye to start a zombie apocalypse? That's how you get it. They're thinking they're going to do it in July, so likely the protest is back on. The protesters greasing chutes and chugging cassoulet, getting ready to make the Seine Les Miserables again. Do you hear the people sing? America, take note. That's how you do it. So do it. Get out there. Make your disappointment heard, not with a bang, but with a steamer in the street. You saw the presidential debates. Louisiana's forcing the fucking 10 Commandments in schools. Oklahoma's forcing the Bible to be taught. And if the Supreme Court overturning the Chevron deference won't get your defecation, then do it for fucking France. Why take crap, America, when you can give it? Are you sick of this shit? Then drop some sick shit on the sidewalk. They're not going to stop being assholes, so meet them ass first. Pump some filth cobblers. Exercise your rights by exercising some food ghosts. Unload some hot dumplings. Listen, you and me, America, eye to eye. We disagree on a great many things, but we can definitely agree across the species. Then maybe it's time to stop gripping, bearing it, squeezing in rage, and instead take a breath, loosen up, pop a squat, and dump your shit in the river. Because the powers that be been dumping a river of shit on you. I think we can all agree, brown eye to brown eye on this. So, sing along! La Merde drifts by my knees, La Merde between my feet. I press my hams into the sand and watch as the shit goes sailing. La Merde to the estuary where it will glide to the sea, where it will slide like chocolate pie and freak out the rich that came sailing. It's fun without a doubt to get it all out. Protest straight straight from my butt when I am in a rut. Actually, I'm a bird, so I poop and pee at the same time. So you'll find I go number 3 every sail on.
So drop your pants.
Keep going, Bill. Ah, Shamley Fry. Relief, I know relief, and make it brown. Just send it on down. Happy you'll be if you're like me, just taking a shit as a nation. Bye-bye, my turds. So long, safe journey. J'aime la France. Give it up for Bill Larkin, who wrote this with me this morning. Good night, I love you. Vive la France!
Nailed it.